It's the Samsung Galaxy A54 after 3 months. And I have to tell you, on the videos that I've done for this phone, the comments have always been the same. On the initial review I did, it's always, oh, wait a month, it'll start lagging. Then it was wait 2 months, it'll start lagging. Then it was wait 3 months, it'll start lagging. I can tell you now, at the 3 month mark, mine is still performing well. And when you consider the package that you get at the price that you pay, the A54 becomes quite attractive. So let's talk about the price that you're going to pay, because I do think that is the most important factor when considering a device like this. Don't pay $450. I've been pretty straight up forward about that from the start. Don't pay the full boat of $450 through Samsung unless you're getting an incredible trade-in offer. Because I do think it's a lot for this device. I do think that, I don't live in a vacuum. I'm able to look around at the landscape of mid-range devices, and when you get up into that $450 range, you might expect a little bit more than what the A54 provides. You might want to look at something like the 7A, the Pixel 7A, because of the raw performance, because of the camera, because of the longevity that you're going to get from that raw performance, and the additional RAM. So that's a perfectly fair point that people want to make. However, $350 and under, this becomes incredibly difficult to beat because of the package that you get. So let's talk about it. July update, running well, no issues. One UI 5.1 is still as snappy as ever, and it is a great, I don't want to say entry level option for people looking to get into One UI, but it's a great kind of mid-range option for people looking to get into One UI. $350, like I said, Walmart. I'll include a link in the description. $325 if you're comfortable with the international version. So T-Mobile, Metro, those type of carriers will be okay on it. But be cautious on the version that you're buying, because there's always a chance that it may not work with your carrier. So double check that. But if you hunt around, Best Buy sometimes has those activation deals. You get $100 off. T-Mobile right now with a new line, $99. So those are the types of deals that you want to get this on. And if you do that, I think you're well ahead of the game. Now let's talk about what you get. Like I said, July update, running well. One UI, I've had no problems. Everything that you're going to want to do on a daily basis is snappy. Like I said, are you going to get that extra little zip that you get from something like an S23 Ultra? No, of course not. You're not going to get that. It's an Exynos processor. There are limitations. But if you're fair about what you do on a daily basis and you're concerned about powering that 120 hertz display and some light gaming, some people have been able to do some medium gaming on here. Most people haven't complained about Call of Duty. I thought it was a limitation. Apparently not. People have been able to get some decent gaming performance out of the A54. If that's you, that's great. But most of the things you can see on the home screen here, TikTok, Facebook, Discord, Instagram, Twitter, WhatsApp, Twitch, YouTube, Reddit, Pokemon Go, Samsung Internet, which I happen to like, weather, you're chatting with your family, all those things that you could think about that you consider doing on a daily basis, and you're actually honest with yourself about what you're using your phone for, this is going to get the job done. Then you factor in those deals like $99, $4 a month, all these kind of crazy things that come up with this phone, and then you factor in the build quality, the glass front and back feels really nice, the design language being pulled up to the regular S line of devices, so it looks more premium. Yes, it has a plastic frame, but it's a solid plastic frame. It feels good. Plus, with the glass back, you're going to want to put a case on it anyway, so that's something that you're not going to feel. I just think overall the package becomes attractive when you start adding up the kind of, not flagship features that you get, but near flagship. A near flagship design, a near flagship build quality, a flagship display. Let's just put that. This display can beat a lot of flagship devices in 2023. A gorgeous Samsung OLED, really bright, refreshing to look at. I was just coming from the Pixel Fold front screen, moved to this, and my eyes instantly thanked me for the additional brightness and just the way the colors pop and just how beautiful this display is. And when you think about that, think about devices that you get $350, especially a couple years ago. LCDs, kind of dull, not exactly the most color accurate or punchy or saturated, all those things that factor into these devices at sub $400. Not a problem here. Absolutely gorgeous. 6 gigs of RAM, like I said, no issues there. Battery life, I'm still getting over 6 hours of screen on time, which is pretty good, especially pushing 120 hertz and doing kind of the stuff that you're going to want to do on it. But that's where we kind of are with it. And some of the other things I've picked up recently on it, I really appreciate how wide the display is. If you think about smartphones now, they're getting taller, they're getting narrower. It's not going to be as wide as your S23 Ultra because that's a huge display. It's a 6.8-inch display versus a 6.4-inch display. But I was trying to get, I'm using my iPhone to record, but there are a lot of things that have benefits here when it comes to this display. Not tall and narrow. I like being able to see a lot of the content on the screen and enjoying that beautiful display. Camera's pretty good. Is it Pixel 6a camera? A 7a camera, rather? No, it's not the 6a camera either. It's a slip, but you know what? It's the truth. It's not the 6a camera or the 7a camera, but, again, are you a professional photographer for Sports Illustrated? You know, are you somebody out there on the Safari or National Geographic? Are you getting your stuff published? Probably not. Does that mean you want a potato image? No. But I'll show you some examples here of what this has taken recently. This isn't going to give you a potato image. It's going to give you a pretty darn good image, especially if you mess with the white balance just a little bit. You could get some depth and some tone in here that normally would be reserved for a Pixel 7a or a more professional or better camera system than you get at this price range. So while it doesn't beat the 7a on camera, it at least is representative. And then when you factor in the better display, the better battery life, nice support on Samsung One UI. Personal preference, right? You might enjoy the Pixel experience more. I personally like the Samsung experience, the aesthetic of this. I love the customizations. I love the lock screen. I love the always on display that you're able to change stuff. The icons, just a lot of good things that you get. The in-display fingerprint sensor is great. Dual speakers sound good. Good sound out of this, so it's great for content consumption. Netflix, TikTok, YouTube, it just sounds great, looks great. So of the things that you're going to do with your device on a daily basis, the Samsung Galaxy A54 is going to match it and then some. And when you factor in things like the price difference, if you're buying 4 of these for a family through T-Mobile, those deals add up. The Cricket Wireless, the Metro PCS deals, all those things add up as opposed to a more expensive device or an older flagship that you got to pay out of pocket. So when you break down the kind of near, it's not, like I said, near flagship stuff that you get here, as opposed to spending $1,200 on a device, $1,000 on a device. You know, there's a lot of devices now that are doing well at $699 that give you quite a bit. I think the days of really having to have a $1,000 Samsung or a $1,200 Samsung to get the most and the best out of the One UI experience are well over. And I'm glad to see that because it opens the door to a lot of people to get a quality phone for not a lot of money that will last them for years. Because the other thing, when you consider these older devices, a lot of things that would happen is they'd maybe get a year or two of support. They'd often be a version of Android behind. You're not getting monthly security updates, that's for sure. Now you're getting a lot of that. You're getting the full Android support. You're getting the 4 years of support, 4 years of major upgrades of Android. I think 5 years of security updates, if I'm not mistaken, on this. And they're monthly. It's not like quarterly like they used to be, or whatever kind of delays there used to be there. You're getting a lot for your money with this. And then you add in kind of the premium glass back that they've added, bringing the design language closer to their premium flagship devices. There's a lot to like from your Galaxy A54, and no lag. Watch some of the other videos I've done on this. You can multitask. You could do a lot of things. Are there hiccups? Are there occasional slowdowns? Yes, it's an Exynos. It is not a flagship processor, but you're saving yourself $700, $800, in some cases $900 in the process. So are those microseconds worth it to you to save that kind of money? It's worth it to me. I used this for a long time, this phone exclusively, and I had no problems. Whereas last year with the A53, I wanted to absolutely break it with my car, run it over twice without even thinking twice about it. If you've made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until next time, have that Steve-licious day.